We're back, baby.
This is finally anesthesia.
It's cold. The sun's barely up.
This is probably the most nervous I have been about a rotation since starting residency.
Welcome back, vlog. It's Monday morning. It's about 5:45, and today is my first day of ICU. Fit check of the day. We're bringing back the hospital scrubs. I'm gonna miss you guys so much this month. It's cold, the sun's barely up. Already a rough start to the day.
All right, so I am at the hospital now, and like I said, today is my first day of my ICU rotation. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. This is probably the most nervous I have been about a rotation since starting residency. ICU is generally considered one of the most difficult rotations of residency. When they say intensive, they mean it in many different ways. It's mentally draining, it's physically draining. You're doing a lot of procedures. The hours are very long. My schedule is 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, from like 6:30 to 7 p.m. And that's assuming we don't have to stay late for some reason. Compared to my last block, which was outpatient endocrinology, this is going to be a very drastic difference. Not only that, but the week after I finish this rotation, I take step 3. So balancing doing well on this rotation, providing good patient care, and preparing for my boards is going to be my biggest challenge in residency so far. I'm kind of still in my head about it, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't sleep very well last night, but I'm gonna try my best to make it through these next 5 weeks. Hopefully today goes smoothly and I can figure out the flow of the ICU, get my feet under me. All I'm asking from you guys is to just be patient with me, because vlogging during this rotation is gonna be tough. I don't even know if the footage you guys are watching right now will see the light of day. I don't know how it's gonna go. You guys know me. I'm gonna try my best, but I'm gonna be in the ICU. I'm not gonna be in like my resident lounge where I can, film B-roll and little clips throughout the day. You can't film in the hospital. I will never do that. So be patient with me. The vlogs might not look the way that they have in the past, but I'm gonna do my best. And I still appreciate you guys joining me, regardless of how I'm able to show you this experience. We'll still do a lot of chatting though. I will definitely debrief after this day is done. I'm gonna head inside now, so wish me luck, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Oh my goodness, guys. I am done.
All right, guys. I am officially done with my first day of ICU. It's about 7:30. It's been a pretty long day, and as expected, I vlogged essentially nothing today. The first day of any rotation is particularly difficult because you're trying to get a hang of the way things work on that service, not necessarily like your knowledge or gaps in knowledge. It's a lot of the little things like order of events, when do you round, how much time do you have to see your patients, knowing who to talk to. I have met some of the ICU staff over the course of my, residency so far over the last few months, but I don't know most of the people, right? So I have to get familiar with the staff. Who are the pharmacists? Who are the dietitians? Who are the nurses? So that part's a learning curve. And then just getting down the flow of the day, like when do we round? How much time do I have to finish my notes? What happens after we round? When do I even get lunch? Do I get lunch? ICU is particularly difficult. One of the reasons it's one of the hardest rotations you can do as a resident is because it's not totally routine. You can see your patients in the morning, round on them, do your notes, round with the entire ICU team, but anything can happen at any point because it's the intensive care unit. we're covering everyone in the hospital. You know, if anyone in the entire hospital has a cardiac arrest or anything, like, we have to respond to that. Anything can happen at any point. Today was a particularly hectic day. I think our attending definitely went easy on us, considering it was our first day. We're getting the flow of things. One of my co-residents on this rotation is actually doing an elective. She's actually already done her ICU rotation a couple months ago. So even though she's also an intern, she was such a good resource today because she's already done this. So a lot of the little things, like the little questions we could have, she was able to help us with, even just like things with orders, the notes, like everything, like who to ask, where to find supplies, everything. She was such a huge help. So that decreased a lot of the friction of the first day. But it was still a tough day. I'm pretty exhausted, but it was overall fun. I got to see some procedures, which was exciting. So I think once I lock in a little bit more, get used to the flow, the mindset, you know, I just came from a rotation where I was able to kind of coast a little bit more. And now it's like really high energy the entire day. I kind of just need to get used to it. And then I think it'll go well after that. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I really don't have the energy to vlog right now. So I think I'm just gonna head home and try to get some UWorld questions in because I didn't really get to do any today because I'm in the ICU. So I'm gonna go do that and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow morning. All right, so I am home now and about to have some dinner. Like I said, it was a long day in the ICU. I've literally been there all day. Cooking is the last thing I feel like doing right now, and I'm honestly getting kind of sick of the hospital food. But luckily, I have this meal from Factor, who is actually sponsoring this week's vlog. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever. I mean, just look at these meals. They're ready to eat, fresh, delivered right to my door. No grocery stores, prepping, cooking stress. It's kind of like having my own personal chef. This one is their chicken Florentine, and it literally only takes 2 minutes to heat up, which is perfect because I don't feel like waiting. The best part is that it actually tastes amazing. I've tried a few of their options over the last few days, and my personal favorites have been the ones that have filet mignon in it. It literally feels like I'm having a steak from an actual restaurant. But there really is something for everyone, whether you are looking for keto, calorie smart, vegan, or just looking for something delicious and easy. I'm not kidding. There's literally like 35 different options. They even have snacks and drinks as well, like this apple beet ginger juice, which is delicious. So if you're looking for a way to eat well without all the hassle, trust me, try out Factor. It's cheaper and way better than takeout. You're saving so much time, money, and getting chef-crafted meals. It's pretty sweet, especially for a resident like me who is too lazy to do anything when they leave the hospital. Factor is also very flexible. You can get anywhere from 4 to like 18 meals per week. You can change up your order, pause, and reschedule your deliveries whenever you want. You can use my link to get 50% off and free shipping on your first Factor box. Plus, you can get 20% off your next month of orders. Just use my coupon code Sean50. Give Factor a try. I promise you'll think they're delicious. And thank you so much again to Factor for sponsoring this week's vlog. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Not gonna lie, I am pretty tired this morning. I stayed up a little bit later after I got home to eat some dinner and do some practice questions. I think sleep quality is gonna be my biggest issue this month. All right, let's go to work. The hard thing about rotations like this is that it feels like you never left the hospital. My only goal for today is to be better than I was yesterday. All right, I'm done for the day. Once again, it is about 7:30 at night. Today was definitely better than yesterday. The first day of any rotation, like I said, sucks. It's tough, big learning curves. There's still learning curves, but today definitely went smoother just in the sense that I had an idea of how things worked. Also, I think it was just generally a better day for the ICU. We still had a lot to do, but yesterday was just a bit more hectic, which made it a particularly rough first day. But today felt smoother. I actually already have increased responsibilities from my attending. He gave me extra patients this morning, which is either a punishment or is like a reward for doing well. You know, sometimes the reward for good work is more work, so I'm gonna roll with that. But overall, smoother day today. Actually, a really good day today. Today was one of those days where I am definitely more considering doing ICU as a fellowship. But it's literally only day 2 of this rotation, so I should give myself the month to actually decide that, not just 2 days. Anyway, I'm pretty tired and I am very hungry, so I'm gonna head home and have some dinner.
Good morning. Rise and shine. Look how majestic it is out here. Look at those cotton candy clouds. That sunrise is just beautiful. All right, well, let's go spend the day indoors. Look at that Cybertruck. Am I the only one that thinks that's actually pretty cool? We're back, baby. Day 3. After this, we will be halfway through the week. Let's get it.
Is that for the, I was gonna say gram, but
I think right there is good. Crazy end to the day. Let me tell you guys about it. Okay, so like I was saying, pretty hectic end to my day. So I don't know if I explained this earlier, but the ICU team isn't just responsible for the patients in the ICU. We're also responsible for any code blues or cardiac arrests that occur in the hospital. We have to go straight to them. So today was actually a pretty chill day overall. Not too many upgrades to the ICU. All of our patients were overall pretty stable. It was actually a really, really pleasant day. About half an hour before sign out, our attending said, "Great job today. Why don't you guys get a head start, beat the traffic, start heading home. I'll cover sign out," which was very, very nice of them. Super awesome. I thought I was gonna get some extra time to study. I literally threw my backpack on and started heading for the stairwell when a code blue got called overhead. So I threw my backpack off. My co-resident, my attending, and I, we ran to the code. Now, instead of leaving half an hour early like I thought I was going to leave, it is just about 8 p.m. Depending on the specialty you're in medicine, your day is going to look different. There are some specialties where you can expect a pretty consistent amount of work throughout the day, a pretty steady pace, a very predictable, schedule. And then there's other specialties like intensive care where anything can happen at any time. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter if it's the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, or if you're literally walking out the hospital door. Am I mad that I'm leaving late? Absolutely not. This is literally the life I chose, the job I chose, the role I chose. And I'm very grateful that I get to do this training and get to learn from these attendings. Not a bad day overall. I'm gonna head home, eat some dinner, and try to get some studying in. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Look at these hungry boys eating some dinner. Hey, bubbies. Hey, bubbas. This right here is what I look forward to after these long days in the ICU. But I still gotta get those UWorld questions in. Oh, and now Chip has joined us. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Don't you look cozy? All right, I'm already back at the hospital. Like I said, it's Thursday, so I have a little bit of a break today because we have didactics in the afternoon. That doesn't necessarily mean I have a break per se. Like, I still have to get my notes done and follow up on things that need to be done for my patients. But technically it's, protected time. Just gotta get through today and tomorrow, and then I get my first day off of the rotation. Let's have a good day.
it's me and my beautiful face.
Nice.
Yeah.
PMR, they're all like tap lenses, like just for IM. So I have like more IM. I think that's
Look at
just
that.
my
Nice.
Nom 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 nom.
Squad back in.
Somebody looking for content?
We're back, baby.
Content?
We got Tristan, D Boogs. Actually, it's D Boogie, T Boogie.
Oh, yeah.
We're all back. These are the fan favorites. Everyone's asking about you.
I've been good. Man.
Yeah?
I've been good. Back on medicine now.
Ooh.
Life is good.
But
My
without
surgery
me,
rotation,
yeah.
I know. It's never the same without this guy around.
It's not. He's chilling. He
he's
just got off medicine. He just got on medicine. Nice. That's it. 7:30. I'm just getting out. I am exhausted. There were some procedures that had to be done towards the end of the shift.
I got to intubate. I got to do my first ever chest tube, which was cool. I felt like an idiot, but my attending was awesome. We got it done. Got my first chest tube down. It felt pretty cool. I'm exhausted, but it was a really good day. Good morning, guys. It is Friday. Thank goodness. We're almost done through the week. However, today is actually not my Friday. Like I said yesterday, I actually am gonna work tomorrow. I'm switching my days off with my co-resident just because it's more convenient for each other's schedules. So today's not my Friday. I still have to work tomorrow. So we're not quite done with the week, but we're almost there. All right, let's go to work. All right, so I just parked at the hospital. Not gonna lie, guys, the tiredness is definitely kicking in. I knew this would happen. 5 days into this rotation, the long hours, studying when I go home. There's just a lot of physical and mental drainage on this rotation. And it's only day 5. It's only day 5, but I'm already feeling it. Hopefully today is a smooth day. You never know. As I've learned already from this rotation, it can be smooth 1 minute and then you can be 2 hours into procedures the next. It's just been absolutely nuts. It's been very hectic, but I'm kind of enjoying it, unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna go sign out, so I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so just got back in my car. It's just past 7. Today was a long day. It's a really long day for many reasons, but yeah, it's really tough. Still got more to get through before I get a day off, so we're gonna keep on pushing. But yeah, I kind of don't really have the energy to vlog, but I do want to check in. So that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we can get some time to chat. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Been a long week, but we made it through. All right, let's go to work. All right, guys, so I am taking a quick lunch break. Instead of sitting and having lunch, I figured I would actually just come to my car and chat with you guys about this week, my overall thoughts on ICU, since it is Saturday, which means this vlog is going up tomorrow morning, so I need to kind of wrap it up. Overall, this first week has been what I expected. The ICU lives up to its name. It's very intensive. You're dealing with very critical patients, and going in with the mindset that I had definitely was good. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was going to be very mentally and physically taxing, and that's really what this week has been. I'm exhausted. I can't lie. This is my 6th day in a row working like 6:30 to 7:30 every day. I'm feeling it. I really am, but this is expected. I knew I was going to feel this way. Besides being tired, the actual act of being in the ICU has been enjoyable, actually. The way I see it, the ICU is like medicine at its best. It is the highest level of care in the hospital. I've been dealing with very critical patients all week. There's been a lot going on with every single patient in our unit, and it's been a lot for me, especially as a first-year resident who's only a few months into residency. It's been a lot, but it's been enjoyable. I feel like every day I've learned multiple new things about patient care, medicine, the way things just work in the hospital, which I said at the beginning of this vlog is part of the learning curve, is just learning how things work and the order of operations for things. I actually enjoy working in the ICU because it feels like we're really making a difference. You know, you have a primary goal, which is to get patients out of the ICU. Versus sometimes on medicine, you feel like you're really treating a chronic issue in the acute setting. ICU, we're treating an acute issue with the goal of stabilizing them so that they can be downgraded, and that feels really good. You know, if a patient comes in because they had a cardiopulmonary arrest and they get put on pressors and, you know, a ventilator, you know that they're getting better if they get off the vent and they get off the pressors, right? Like it feels good. Like you're actually seeing progress happening. I really am enjoying it. And I am just also so impressed by the care team. If any of you guys have worked in ICU, you know that the ICU team is one of the most tight-knit teams in the entire hospital. regardless the service you're on, you're going to be working with, pharmacists, nurses, case managers, respiratory therapists, social workers, everyone. You're going to be working with everyone. However, the difference in the ICU is that all the people in those roles are physically there with you. You're not having to play phone tag, messaging each other, getting texts and stuff. You're all there. If you have a question about, a drug interaction, for example, the pharmacist is literally sitting a few computers down. I can ask them anything, and I have all week. I've been asking the pharmacist questions. Same with the nursing staff. I don't have to message them if I have a question about the patient. I can just get up and go ask them. And that goes for literally every other role in healthcare. They're just all centralized there in the ICU. You round together so everyone is on the same page. I really like it. I really like interdisciplinary rounds. It feels just like the entire team is so cohesive and everyone's on the same page, and it just feels like because of that you get better patient care. I really think that's my favorite thing so far about being in the ICU. As far as procedures go, I've already gotten to do a lot this week. Several intubations at several codes, patients that can't protect their airways. It's felt really nice to actually be doing anesthesia stuff. And so yeah, that's been fun. I've gotten to do some lines. I did my first chest tube the other day. This is finally anesthesia. I've been waiting all residency to do anesthesia stuff. So that's really awesome. Oh, I almost forgot. One of the other things with the ICU is I feel like there's so much more family involvement. When you're on other floors, you still get the families as involved as possible. But when you're in the ICU and you're all in that confined unit, families are in there sometimes all day. And so you really get to know them. You talk to them multiple times a day. I'm seeing my patients, so often, sometimes multiple times an hour. I'm checking in on them, and you get to know the family because they're there and they are just as involved in the patient care as anyone else on the team. When we go around on them, the family comes out and they join in the discussion. They hear what we're talking about. They hear the changes we're making, the progress the patient's making. We, ask them for their input. It's really cool. I feel like this is the most I've gotten to know patients' families while working in the hospital. And it just makes, the ICU such a more intimate setting for patient care. I hope that makes sense. It's really awesome. And I think it is really important, to have the families involved in decision making and just, even if they need something, right? Families need to be supported too. It's a tough time in their lives to see loved ones, go through medical emergencies. And so we're there to help the patients, of course, but we also are there to support their families. I love it. It's more rewarding than any field I've been in so far in medicine. Like I've said in the past, I'm considering doing a critical care fellowship after I finish residency. I'm not going to jump the gun on it. I'm still going to decide. I have many more ICU rotations between now and when I have to make that decision. So we'll see how I feel after I've done this, more than just 1 week. But I think it'd be really cool. I think of all the settings, again, in medicine, it's my favorite. So we'll see. Anyway, like I said, I am gonna have to edit this vlog late tonight when I get off this shift, which is gonna suck. But I'm just glad that I'm able to even get a vlog out because I didn't think I was gonna be able to make any content while on ICU. So if you watched this long, I really appreciate it. I know this vlog isn't like how my other ones typically are, but I'm trying my best to still be able to take you guys along for this experience. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me in another week in residency, and I will see you guys in the next one.